In this video, I'll demonstrate how to validate the curve fitting functionality performed in myassays.com with Excel. We'll validate the analysis performed in the myassays.com assay by reproducing the analysis independently of the online myassays.com service in Excel. The intention is to provide transparency in the methods used, which is useful for comparison and validation purposes as might be required for the customer quality requirements. I have opened the General 4-Parameter Logistic Curve Assay on myassays.com. Reviewing the Analysis tabs, we can see the measurement data, plate layout, and standard concentrations. These elements will be used to perform the curve fit and calculate results. I've replicated this information in our validation spreadsheet. Opening the spreadsheet, we can see the plate layout matching the layout on myassays.com, as well as our raw measurement data and standard concentrations. Let's go ahead and calculate our results in myassays.com. I've pressed Calculate, and once completed, we'll see the interactive chart appearing at the top right, and below the chart, our Excel report. We can select the Download Excel file option to download and save these results to Excel. Now let's configure the same analysis in Excel. The first step of my analysis is to perform a blank correction. My blanks are housed in wells G1 and G2, so I need to subtract the average of these values from all other samples on my plate. To do this, I'll click in the blank corrected matrix I've set up here, type equals, and select the corresponding well from my raw data matrix. Next, I'll enter minus the average of wells G1 and G2. I'll also press F4 to denote this selection as an absolute reference. This will allow me to drag the formula across the entire matrix. Now our blank correction step has been performed, and the next step in the analysis is to perform a 4PL curve fit. It's not easy to perform a 4PL fit in Excel, so we'll use the MyCurveFit Excel add-in. Additional validation content for the curve fitting performed by the MyCurveFit Excel add-in can be found in the videos linked on screen now. You can also access these videos from the links in the description. I've created an additional table here to house my calibrator X and Y values. We've already added the standard concentrations, or X values, to match those on myassays.com. Now we need to calculate the average blank corrected value for each standard. So I'll enter equals average and select the first two wells containing standard 1. Because my standards are in a vertical line, I can drag this formula down to continue calculating the average Y values. Below my calibrator values, I have a table to house my 4PL results. I'll click in the top of this table and enter equals MyCurveFit 4PL. I'm prompted to enter the calibrator X and Y values, and we can optionally apply additional formatting. I'll enter a value of 1 after selecting my calibrator Y values, so the orientation of my parameters will be vertical. Pressing Enter applies the function, and you can see here my parameters have been calculated. A chart is not automatically generated when calculating curve fit parameters with the MyCurveFit Excel add-in, but if you'd like to learn more on how to create a curve chart, please see the associated video. Next, we need to calculate the concentration for each of these samples. I've added another matrix titled Concentration here to house my results. The concentration is our X value, so I'll use the MyCurveFit 4PL calc_X function, which will use the 4-parameter logistic curve equation and the calculated parameters to return the X value based on the entered Y value. Typing equals MyCurveFit and selecting the 4PL calc_X function, I'll first highlight the A, B, C, and D parameters, pressing F4 to denote an absolute reference. I'll then select the corresponding Y value from my blank corrected matrix. Pressing Enter returns the calculated concentration. I'll drag this formula across the remainder of the matrix. Now let's compare the results between myassays.com and Excel. Looking at the parameters calculated in myassays.com, you can see they match those calculated in Excel. Note that sometimes the A and D parameters can be flipped, and as a result, the B parameter can be negative, but the values remain the same. I've added a sample table sheet to this spreadsheet, which uses cell references to organize the results into a single table for easier analysis, such as averaging the concentration results to simplify the comparison. Looking at the results for our samples, you can see the results from myassays.com match the results calculated in Excel. Note that the results calculated in myassays.com have the control sample appearing at the bottom of the report. If you'd like to download this example spreadsheet for further use and validation, you can do so from the below link. Some of the benefits to using myassays.com over analysis in Excel include pre-configured protocols for typical analyses and commercially available kits, support for multiplex analyses, including the best fit feature, which can apply a different fit to each analyte based on the specified goodness measure, support for interassay analyses, the ability to quickly and easily change the layout without the need to update cell references. You can easily visualize and interact with your curve, including quickly and easily flagging and removing outliers, and easily share your results with colleagues, and there's no specialist software to install. If you have any questions about validating the curve fitting performed on myassays.com, please email us at support@myassays.com.